Welcome to a dull grey day in Glasgow. So I'm going to make a strip light for underneath my model railway board to light up some of the controls.
Sorry I have to pause it right there, but I need to show you the issue I have. As you can see, when the room is dark, it can be difficult to see the controls. So I'm going to show you how to install a cheap work light under that section of the board. Before I continue the video, let me explain some of the history behind it. My dad retired 20 years ago and he wanted to build a model railway and asked for my help. I had a model railway as a kid that my dad had built for me, so it was my turn to return the favour. So we built the board and my dad started planning out the layout of the track. Sadly, my dad passed away 5 years ago and the railway went into disrepair. During lockdown in 2020, there was not much to do, apart from staying in the house, so I took it upon myself to rebuild the railway. I left a lot of features that my dad had worked on, but I changed the layout of the track along with adding lighting, animations and some Arduino control. On this section of my channel, I'll be showing you how I did this also. At the end of this video, there will be a quick run through of features I've added. Now back to the main video.
So first of all, what I'm going to start off with is I've got a little box here. It's full of different types of strip light. Now some of this is 5 volts, some of them are 12 volts, that's a 5 volt one. I think this actually, I probably could reuse this. This is the 12 volt one and it's roughly the right size. So I'll give it a wee test and check. Another one here, I think that's another 5 volt. I've got RGB cold white, warm white, which I've actually used for my light underneath my workbench. So I've also used it for various other places, and it came with a controller that you can operate by it's kind of a smart light, so you can call on Google and you can switch the lights off and on, which I have various lights around the house. Basically when I can't be bored getting off my bottom, but anyway, it's not me being lazy, it's just me just trying to make things fancy. So this also already has a little resistor on it. These have little resistors on them. So it says 12 volts. I've got a 12 volt supply that I can hook into for this, right next to where I want to put it. The only thing is if I can straighten this out, but let's see if it works first. And we'll give it a go. I'm going to have to try and strip this back, because if I can reuse the resistor as well, I have thousands of resistors, but I don't like waste. So I'm going to see if we can try and reuse this. Just strip that back. I love these wire strippers. I've got one in my toolbox for work and one at home on the workbench. So I've got a power supply, a variable power supply. The variable power supply can actually go up to 30 volts. It's just sitting underneath the desk. I'll actually probably show you this just so you can see. I need to set it, ideally before you want to use it, you need to set it at 12 volts, because if you ramp the voltage up sometimes you can go over that, and if you've got it attached to the circuit, it will damage it. So let's see. There we go. So that's not too bad. They all seem to work. Just out of curiosity, I am going to check this auto resistor, see what it is. Imagine it's about 220. I could read the coding on it. I'm not going to. I'm going to use the easy way, just by using and check, see what it. Actually, if I set it to the right thing, set it to. So that's actually 1.2k. Okay, I want it lighter because they've already. I mean, it's supposed to run at 12 volts. I could try it with like that. It looks like a half watt resistor. I don't think I would say I'll just use a quarter watt resistor. So I want 220. We'll see what the difference in brightness is. I'm just going to just double check that, make sure it is, and it will be. Yep. That's the quickest way to do it, to be honest. I'm rubbish at reading the little codes. If you can see that, colour codes. Used to be able to do it when I was at uni many moons ago, but kind of forgot. And it's all easier just to use the meter. So what I want to do is I want to attach that to there. Still got 12 volts on the power supply, and I just want to touch this. Yeah, that's a lot brighter. I think we'll go with that. Might not. I'm using the other one. That will basically keep the LEDs running for longer, but we can always replace it and see what happens. I'm going to basically set solenoid, put the solenoid on, take this off, put this one on, get a bit of heat shrink, wherever I put it. Need to find the heat shrink. So many of these little boxes, it's unbelievable. Bear with me, 2 seconds. What have I done with it? It's a big box. It should be about. I'll use a new. Because I'm doing a video, I'll use a new one. Just so you know, there's a lot of these part side boxes. If you go to Lidl, you always they sell different things week to week, but every now and then you find things like this, and this was like a £5 or something, and you've got lots of different heat shrink things. So what I need to try and use something that's appropriate. See if we get it over, so we can get it over the resistor. At the moment, what I'll do is I will desolder this. There we go. I might just leave that on, and I'll maybe put like a chalky block on the end of that. So there is my other resistor. Got your watch, I've shortened them out, and I've still got the power supply on. Dun, dun, dun. Right, so I need something heavy to hold this down. Pair of pliers. And what we want to do is we want to put this onto here. And then we want to put some heat shrink on it and leave the end. What I'll do is I'll fold this end over and try and make it. I'll wait till I actually put it on, and then we'll try and make it the same and that will give it, if you can see, yep, just a wee bit more grip if I use a chalky block. It just means it's easy to disconnect, and you're not taking a soldering iron and trying to solder in a really awkward place. Now that is already soldered on this, and I think I might be able to get away with it. Nope, I'm rubbish, that's right. Let's try this again. I'm not tinting the resistor. Yeah, see if I can get away with this, because there's plenty of solder on that. Right, that's cool. That's nice and taut. What I'll do is I'll fold this round so they're both the same size. Then get an appropriate. Ideally, you want to, because it's positive, ideally you would really want to use the red, but the red's a wee bit big, so I'm going to use blue. I can always I could always mark it up if I wanted to. So I just want to get that distance right, and then chop it to size, and that goes on. Let's see if I've got a lighter. Yep. Just to shrink this. I know people use a lot of soldering. I do have a heat gun, but the heat gun's huge. It's not, and that's me done. What we'll do is we'll just double check that it works. Need to put 12 volts onto this. And here we go. So yeah, see, this is the problem. Blue is blue and black. If you look at electrics in the house, they are basically they're alive, and you've got neutral or ground. So yeah, it can be quite confusing. But that's fine. It's not going to confuse me. What I can do after that, actually, just to be a bit fancy, was it? Get this now, put this on, and shrink it, and it should be the right size now, so you know that is positive side. Okay, that's that bit done. The next thing is to get a bit of chalky block. Now I have not left anything out. I do have, actually, I wonder what I've done with them. Right, okay, let me have a look and I will be back. Find the other ones. What have I done? Blah blah blah. Right, I'm back. Okay, I have got several push connectors because it's a pain in the butt to use trying to fit chalky block underneath. Now these are actually supposed to push in and then tight. I'm not sure how this is going to go though. Oh, I might need to rethink this. Didn't think this really well. The idea is it will be tighter gauge, so that's in. But it seems a bit loose, but so the next thing is to go and fit it. I need to kind of straighten it out. What you really should do is get a thin piece of wood to do this. Right, let me have a think about it, and I'll get back to you.
So this is me, basically I'm gluing Velcro onto the underside of the board. The reason for this is so that I can remove the LED strip if required. Just in case, if I glue it, then it can get a bit messy if, you know, any of the LEDs or the LED strip fails, then it just makes it a bit messier to replace. This is an easy fix, just basically to Velcro it to the underside of the board. I'm actually using super glue to do this because I'm very impatient. I did try kind of normal glue, but I just decided to use super glue. Makes it a lot quicker, but sometimes it's a lot better just to use normal kind of Airfix glue. So at the moment I'm putting a wee bit of wood in there just to push the Velcro up against the board, and I'm just going to add some clamps onto the board. I'm using speed clamps here. Speed clamps are an incredibly handy thing to have, especially if you're doing woodwork or anything like that. If you're gluing something together, it's in the name, speed clamp. I'm just stripping the wires just now so that the power supply I'm going to use, I have multiple power supplies underneath the board, but the power supply I'm going to use is off the Hornby controller. It's a 12 volt supply DC, and I haven't used it for anything else because I've got a bunch of transformers already underneath there, supplying all the lighting and effects on the board. So I thought this would be an easy fix, but as you can see, because cables are attached, it can be a bit tricky and I nearly drop it. I do manage to get it done, thankfully. And now this is me. I'm just going to attach the light to the actual underside. I will in the future put a switch on this, but at the moment I've got more stuff that I need to do to that section, so I want to be able to find a place once I've done other work on that for a switch for the light. So I'm going to basically show you some of the different features of this and get ready for shaky cam. which should be coming up in 1 second. So this is the signal box that I actually bought an interior for it. I found this signal box at an exhibition. This is the little fire that just has a glowing yellow LED inside it. And this is a circuit created to create a welding effect in the goods shed. Moving on, I'll put some zombies in the graveyard. You always have to have zombies. That's going to develop into something else with audio effects as well, using an Arduino. This is the station lighting, very, very small LEDs that are used for that. There's some obviously interior lighting. This is some of the buildings that I've done. Each building you can dim the lights in each individual section. This shows the route signalling for the point control. This is the relays that are controlled by an Arduino to run automation on the sideline. There are sensors at each end of the track that detect the train, stop it for 30 seconds, then send it back. Well, that's the end of my video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.